Good afternoon, students. Welcome in HCP lecture. Today I will start the new chapter of Hospital and Clinical Pharmacy. Part 1, Hospital Pharmacy. Chapter number 6, Non-Sterile Manufacture. Okay. What is meant by non-sterile manufacture? Non-sterile manufacturing concerned with fabrication of dosage form except parenterals, which is carried out according to standards layout under Schedule M and N of Drug and Cosmetic Act 1945. What is definition? Non-sterile manufacturing concerned with fabrication of dosage form except parenterals, which is carried out according to standards layout under Schedule M and N of Drug and Cosmetic Act 1945. Schedule M is standard of GMP, good manufacturing practices. In M, 3 schedules, M1, M2 and M3. First M1, homeopathy substance, then M2 cosmetic preparations, and M3 medical devices. Okay, and cosmetic N is list of the minimum requirements. Okay, and Cosmetic Act 1945. Then introduction of non-sterile manufacture. First point, hospital pharmacies should be well organized for the manufacture of various formulations needed for the treatment of patients. Hospital pharmacies should be well organized for manufacture of various formulations needed for the treatment of patients. Then the manufacturing and packaging of formulation is generally divided into a parenteral unit. It manufactures such formulations that are not available from the pharmaceutical industry or those that may be economically prohibitive from the open market, but many hospitals in India generally lack such units and purchase most of their requirements from the market. Okay, then the manufacture of drug is divided as the process of making, altering, then ornamenting, finishing, packing, labeling, breaking up, and adopting drug by Drug and Cosmetic Act 1945. What is the manufacture of drug is divided as the process of making, altering, ornamenting, then finishing, packing, labeling, breaking up, and adopting drug by Drug and Cosmetic Act 1945. Then a hospital interested in the manufacture of drugs is required to take out a proper license for it from the Food and Drug Administration. Okay, then non-sterile products includes oral liquids, syrups, emulsion, tablets, capsules, and suppositories, which are largely consumed. Non-sterile products including oral liquids, syrups, emulsions, tablets, capsules, and suppositories, which are largely consumed. The used products have quite longer half-life, and the manufacturing is less complicated than parenterals. Okay, but like parenterals, premises, space, machineries, etc. The requirements given under Schedule M and N of the Drug and Cosmetic Act 1945 must be complied to manufacture these dosages. Then next point is space requirements. In space requirement, manufacturing operations is generally economical when the hospitals has large requirements as the requirements for the 700 beds hospital. Okay, the manufacturing operation is generally economical when the hospitals has large requirements as the requirements for the 700 bed hospital. The space required for manufacture of tablets, pills, then hypodermic tablets is around 900 sq square. Okay, then it is 200 square meter for filling of the hard gelatin capsules for manufacture of eye ointment, eye lotions, eye drops and other preparations for external use. Around 250 square meter area is required. Okay, the space required for manufacturing of tablets, pills, then hypodermic tablets is around 900 square, then it is um, 200 square meter for filling of hard gelatin capsules for manufacture of eye ointment, eye lotions, eye drops and other preparations for external use. Around 250 square meter area is required. The next point is manufacturing department. In manufacturing department, the manufacturing department has a responsibility that the product which manufactured and dispensed should be up to the standard. For this purpose, intense care should be taken during the manufacturing process. The manufacturing department has a responsibility that the product which is manufactured and dispensed should be up to the standard. For this purpose, intense care should be taken during the manufacturing process. Then first point of this manufacturing department, cleanliness, then second raw materials and manufacturing procedures. Okay, now see the first, cleanness. Cleanliness is the of most important is the manufacturing department. Pharmacist in the charge should ensure the cleanliness of the equipments, then operators and premises. For a for this purpose, standards laid down by the GMP should be followed. GMP means good manufacturing practices. This reduces the contamination of the final product. In cleanliness, the cleanliness is the important in the manufacturing department. Pharmacist is the in their charge should ensure the cleanness of the equipments, operators and premises. For this purpose, standard laid down by the GMP should be followed. This reduces the contamination of final product. Then next is raw materials. In raw materials received by the manufacturing department should be checked as per the standard procedures, because many times raw materials acts as a source of impurities. Once the raw materials passes the pharmacopoeial standards, it should be further processed to remove impurities. In this raw material, the materials is received by the manufacturing department should be checked as per the standard procedure, because many times of raw materials act as a source of impurities. Then once the raw materials passes the pharmacopoeia standards, then it should be further processed to remove the impurity. Okay, now next point is manufacturing procedures. In manufacturing processes, in order to maintain the standard of the final product, it is advisable to write the manufacturing procedures and strictly follow them. Then carefully checking is necessary at the each step. In order to maintain the standard of the final product, it is advisable to write the manufacturing procedures and strictly follow them carefully. Careful checking is necessary at each step. Then manufacturing record sheet should be used which allow a complete check at each and every step. It accounts for all the procedures carried out. Manufacturing record sheet is shown below. These are the manufacturing record sheet. First is name of the product, then batch number, then batch size and date. Then formula, percentage, then measured by and checked by. Then formula checked by, then analytical results, containers, then yield, theoretical yield and actual yield. Okay, these are the manufacturing record sheet. In these first containers and second infections. Now see the first containers. The finished products must be stored in the containers of suitable with correct labeling. Okay, the finished products must be stored in the containers of suitable with correct labeling. Then inspections. All type of the product should be checked before it leaves a manufacturing section. The simple properties like dispensability of suspension, spreadability, then ointments, etc. should be checked before it leaves the section. In infection, the before it leave the manufacturing section, the simple properties like redispensability of the suspension, then spreadability, ointments, etc. should be checked before it leaves the section. Then next is equipments. First is methods of granulation. The two methods of granulation. First is wet granulation, then three steps of the method of granulation. First wet granulation, then dry granulation, and direct compression. And dry granulation is also called as sludging. Okay. The requirements of the equipments for the manufacturing of non-sterile products is given below the as per Drug and Cosmetic Act and Rules 1945. Method of granulation. The current method of granulations are wet granulation, dry granulation. Dry granulation is also called as sludging, and third is direct compression. Now see the first, wet granulation. The wet granulation is widely used method for the production of compressed tablets. The ingredients of the formulations are weighed accordingly and blended. Then a damp mass is prepared by adding a liquid binding agent. Example is starch. Then various gums and cellulose derivatives, that is methyl cellulose, carboxyl methyl cellulose, and microcrystalline cellulose, and gelatins. Okay, the damp mass is the screened up to pellets or granules, that is number of 6 or 8 mesh screen is used for the screening of. Then granules are spread on large piece of paper in shallow tray and dry in the thermostatically controlled drying cabinets. Then fluid bed dryers are used for this purpose. The dried granules are then passed through a screen of smaller mesh than that used for preparing original granulation, that is also called as dry screening. The fluid bed dryers are used for this purpose. The dried granules are then passed through a screen of smaller mesh than that used for preparing original granulation, that is called as the dry screening. Then after the dry screening, a lubricant in the dry form is added to a granules so that each granules is covered with lubricant. The quantity of lubricants depends on tableting preparations and ranges from 0.1% of weight of granules to 5%. The various type of tablets, presses or tablet machines are used to compress the tablets. Okay, these are the weight of granulation. Okay, the dry granulation and direct compression we have seen in next lecture. Okay, I will stop here. Thank you.